Lillian's going to do her persuasive speech rehearsal, and this is me, Sierra. I'm recording it. Okay.
Good morning, Professor Holmes. Today we're going to be talking about my persuasive speech, and I'm going to be doing it on No Child Left Behind, which I'm against of this situation. Basically, what is No Child Left Behind? No Child Left Behind is a federal school accountability law passed by Congress in 2001, called for all students to be proficient in reading and math by the end of 2013 and 14. No Child Left Behind basically is holding all schools, they're holding schools accountable. Schools must give students statewide math and reading tests every year in grades 3rd to 8th grade and once in grades 10 to 12th grade. All students, including those in special education, must score up to the proficient level on the test, and that means that basically I see that as really not being fair, because if you're, as a student, you're in special education, that means that you shouldn't be compared to normal students. Schools receive a report card from the state on their performance, which meaning this is shows how the school is doing, and it also compares with other schools. And that's also how they determine if the school will be a Title I. They must set targets for improvements called adequate yearly progress. If a school doesn't meet the adequate yearly progress, it can be labeled as a needing improvement. Some of the penalties. Schools with many low-income students are called Title I schools. If a Title I school doesn't meet the adequate yearly progress, No Child Left Behind allows the state to change the schools, leadership team, or even close the schools. If a school penalty fails to meet the adequate year progress, parents have the option to move the children to another school. Cons about No Child Left Behind. Teachers end up teaching to the test rather than focus on a deeper understanding of the curriculum, meaning that teachers have really a passion about teaching, but unfortunately they can't really go on depth about teaching other curriculum issues, because they have to teach according to what this test is. The test is a one-size-fits-all. It's given to all students regardless of language barriers or special education needs, meaning that even if you don't speak English, if you just came from another culture, another state, and you don't speak English, you have to take the test. Also, even if you have a disability, that counts too, regardless. This law penalizes schools and teachers that don't show improvement. Critics that have linked several teaching scandals to No Child Left Behind due to the pressure of teachers to perform. Reasons to eliminate No Child Left Behind. An education policy built on impossible performance demands, an education policy that has same impossible demands for most English and language learners and special education students, an education policy that traumatizes children and destroys the desire to learn, an educational policy that puts test scores in the place of the intellectual, social, and emotional growth Americans' children should be eliminated, not performed. Some of the keynotes: your child may be entitled to accommodations on the state test. No Child Left Behind focuses on accountability, their tests, and penalties for schools in controversial. Understanding No Child Left Behind and other laws can help you advocate for your child. Meaning that if you have a child right now in school, that they're certainly being affected right now. We really need to educate ourselves and basically get involved in our children's schools as much as possible. What can we do as a parent or as a teacher? Basically get involved in your child's education, finding exactly how your child's school test scores rank. Your child may be eligible to transfer to another school. Educate other parents so they too can become involved in solving this problem.